Hi there Minerva makers, it is Jo here today, and today I'm going to be adding to our pocket series. So I've done a video on how to make a patch pocket. I just want to elevate that to adding a pocket flap. You can add all kinds of different shaped pocket flaps and it will really switch up the overall feel of your garment. It might take a pattern from a simple silhouette to more of a utility style. Today I'm wearing the Mara shirt from Style Arc. It's a really elevated shirt dress. It's got all the details. It's a bit of a slow sew. It's really something to get your teeth stuck into. It has a pleated pocket with pocket flaps and buttonholes on the top. So the pockets here, this is what we're aiming for today. It has cuffs, plackets, buttonhole. I've made my own belt. There's a concealed button placket down the front, and you're going to be making collars as well. Let's go back to the pocket flap. You can add a pocket flap to any patch pocket. So even if your pattern doesn't have the flap on top, you can draft one, which I'll show you today. You can make your pocket flap any shape that you want. So you can see a little insert here. There's lots of different ideas that you could go and explore. Today, I'm just going to make a simple straight pocket flap, but you can make one with a point on, you can make one with curved corners, you can make one with an asymmetrical shape. There's lots of things for you to choose from. I'm not making a specific garment today with a pocket flap on. I'm adding one to my pocket sample book. I've got a little sample pack of all different types of pockets, but it's one of those techniques that you can add to all kinds of different patterns. So if you've got the Minerva Tracy jacket, that's got 4 pockets on the front, a slanted one and a straight cut one, you could add flaps to that and really elevate it to a utility style. If you've got the Ilford jacket, you can add flaps to that. There's lots of different pattern options on there. And you can also add a completely new pocket to anything that you would like. So if you've got some shorts and you want to add cargo style pockets on the side, whether they're darted or pleated or flat, you can add a flap on top. I've drafted my own pocket here. So I've got a 1 centimetre seam allowance and a 3 centimetre turnover allowance at the top. Next, we're going to draft the flap that goes on the top. Now, if I match these up, you might see that there's a tiny bit extra on this flap, and I like to have just a few more millimetres of width in the pocket flap than the pocket. It's one of those things that really bugs me if I see a pocket flap that's shorter than the actual pocket. So I've got that little bit of extra there just to give me a little bit of wiggle room if I slightly lose my seam allowance by a millimetre or so. So your pocket flap needs to be the same width with that little caveat there, so that when you put the pocket flap above the pocket, it's the same distance. I'm going to draw on my pocket shape. And remember, I'll need a 1 centimetre seam allowance on there as well. And even if I was drawing, let's just show you, even if I was drawing a pointed pocket, I would need to add a seam allowance to that. If I was adding a curved pocket, I'd need to add a seam allowance to that, etc. I'm just going to sew mine straight because what I want to show you is how to get the pocket in the correct position above the flap. Next, we're going to cut these out. I need 1 of the patch pocket and I need 2 of the pocket flap. I'm just going to mark the buttonhole placement. If it's just something quick, I use an awl, which will give you 2 little markings ready for your pocket. We're all cut out, and so now we can look at a little bit of prep on a flap pocket, and it will really depend on what type of fabric you've got and how you're going to either close your flap or not. So if you're adding a buttonhole like I've got here, then it's a good idea to interface your flap so that your fabric's a little bit more substantial when you're putting it under the buttonhole foot on your machine, or you can just leave it nice and fine if your fabric's quite thick and it doesn't need any more stiffening, but you want to be adding interfacing that's about the same weight as your fabric. You don't want to over stiffen it or you'll get sort of flaps that stick out above your pockets. I've decided to interface one side of my pocket flap. I can still see the button markings here. If you've got a really thick fabric like Melton wool or something like that, then you might choose to just have your interfacing within the seam allowance, so your seam allowance doesn't have any interfacing on it, and that will reduce bulk. So it really does depend on the type of fabric that you've got. If you're not interfacing your fabric flaps because you think they're already thick enough, you might still want to just put a little piece of interfacing if you're adding a buttonhole to stabilise your fabric. And you'll prepare your patch pocket by folding the top down and turning under the edges. There's a few different ways you can do that. You can see it in our patch pocket tutorial. Okay, so for the actual patch pocket, we're going to put the fabric right sides together, and we've got to match the 1 centimetre seam allowance here with the pocket flap, and obviously I've got that tiny little bit of wiggle room as well. You leave one end open and sew the 2 short ends and 1 long side, so that you get really nice shape on your pocket flaps. You can lay out some of the seam, and I would suggest you lay out the interfaced piece because that's the piece that's the thickest. You can also take off the corners, and if you've got a pointed one, you might want to take some off the other points so that you don't have 2 lots of bulk scrunched up in the end of your beautiful point on your pocket flap, and turn the right side out. I'm using a point turner here because it's got a slightly softer tip, so it's not going to poke through the edges. And then give your pocket flap a press, making sure that you don't press the wrong side through. So you need to make sure that the top of the pocket is all that you see. You can now apply this as it is, but before you put it onto the garment, if you've got a buttonhole, you need to do that first. If it's just a straight pocket flap, that's fine, but anything else needs to be done now, otherwise you can't get at it. Now's the time as well to top stitch around the edge if that's a detail that you would like. And you need this to be pretty careful, so make sure you position your needle in a good start position, and then I'm going to use a stiletto to help me move the fabric along. This is now your pocket flap, and it's ready to apply to the patch pocket. Always get your patch pocket in position first, so that will give you a good guide as to where to put your flap. The right side of the flap touching your garment, place your pocket flap above the pocket. I've got the raw edges just away from the edge of the pocket, and I'm going to pin it in place. And you put the pocket flap on in 2 passes. One attaches the pocket and the second one encloses this raw edge, because if we just did 1 row of stitching and flap the pocket down, we'd have this scruffy edge that would fray over time. I've got a 1 centimetre seam allowance, so I'm going to sew that so that it's matching all of the pocket, and you can just see that extra little bit I had at the beginning. It's just meant I've got a little bit over this side and a little bit over this side. Next, we're going to take out some of that seam allowance. We don't want it all bulky and touching the pocket. And we're going to press it so that the flap comes down over the pocket, and we're going to sew again. And when we sew again, we will have sewn past that little row. First of all, you need to press it because you want to make sure that that's really neat. I've marked on my seam allowance with a pen because I want to make sure that I've got past that little bit of raw edge. Now when you lift the flap, you'll just have that really nice distance between the pocket and the flap, but you won't see any of the raw edges because they're inside that channel where you made the second pass of stitches. So that's how you add a pocket flap. Of course, you can draft whatever shape here you would like, and you don't necessarily have to have a buttonhole, you might have a snap. You can use a flap in combination with other pocket details. So this one has a snap, and it has a cargo style pocket with a gusset around the edge. That one has been overlocked just because the canvas was fraying a lot, so I gave that one a little bit more insurance because these were men's work trousers. This is a pocket flap on a slanted pocket, and this is on the Ilford jacket. And because I used a waxed fabric, then I made a pocket flap so that when the rain runs down, it doesn't go into my pockets, it just runs over the top of the flap. Style wise, I think I could have made a better choice there. I've got a rounded pocket flap on a square pocket, so you might want to make sure that these are cohesive. Your pocket flap might be in combination with some other features. So this one has a button tab and the flap, and that's on a peacoat, a Vogue peacoat. You can also find a pocket flap in combination with a welt if you're making suits, jackets, or the back of suit trousers. I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and adding flaps to pockets is something you might want to do on one of your own patterns that you've already got. We've got lots of videos over on our YouTube channel, which are all free if you subscribe. So you can check out the Learn to Sew playlist, there's sew-alongs, there's pattern drafting, there's how to use your overlocker, and there's lots of inspiration for new patterns and fabrics that are released at Minerva. We would love to see you over on our website as well, so you can make a free account there, share your makes, add some photographs or a description, and join in with the sewing community over on Minerva. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.